Missing shots. Missing shots. Horrible shots.
From the upcoming scheduling and preparing for the 2021 inauguration to the top performing ETFs from ARK that are worth your attention right now, we have a lot to uncover in this video here on Practical Absolutes. In lieu of the riots that have ensued all throughout the pandemic, the FBI has warned of possible attacks on government buildings in all 50 states, perhaps in demonstrations this weekend. There is a massive military presence already in the nation's capital to send a muscular message to the would-be insurrectionists. There are armed extremists that have supposedly already protested at the state capitals of Pennsylvania and Michigan during the heated presidential campaign. But let's get into the stimulus check real quick. The price tag that President-elect Joe Biden's bill is proposing is $1.9 trillion, and that's likely to cause some pushback from the Republican lawmakers. Last year, they resisted Democratic efforts to pass a $2 trillion bill. And securities analyst Hunter Hammond expects that the ultimate package to be trimmed from 1.9 to more like 1 trillion or maybe 1.5. So chances are we're not getting that $1,400. As the nation celebrates the inauguration of the 46th President of the United States on this coming Wednesday, which are 2 weeks after the quote-unquote deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, there are over 25,000 armed National Guard members on high alert, waiting for Joe Biden to take his oath. And he's becoming the oldest president in history at 78 years old, with Kamala Harris making history as the first female, Black, and South Asian vice president, who might just become the president via the 25th Amendment. So this coming administration is set to face domestic security challenges that have not been seen since the Cold War. That's something to think about there, because when you look at the fact that fusion sensors, which help law enforcement collaborate with intelligence and investigations and investigators nationwide, it was created after the 9/11 terror attacks. And we're almost set in prime for a whole new type of issue that's going to happen, that's going to captivate the masses. We're starting to see already early on that big tech companies are willing to go ahead and censor and stand on the fact that they can censor and be authoritative in that right. Like I tell people I often talk to, if you haven't read 1984 or Brave New World or even Animal Farm, read it. Read it in 2021. In other news, Cathie Wood's revolutionary ARK investment has skyrocketed since the last year. This went crazy, no cap. The pandemic-stricken 2021 has set up a perfect storm for this company, getting in a top 10 spot in the $5.5 trillion ETF industry, according to Bloomberg. From cloud computing, blockchain, online marketing, e-commerce, and EV, as well as genomics, to name a few, that is the reason behind ARK's success. That and timing, and also a lot of liquid. But if you want to look into ARK's top investments, the first one to start at is ticker symbol ARKG, ARK Genomic Revolution ETF, which is over 208% over the last year. It's just CRISPR Technologies, Teladoc Health have spots among the top 5 holdings within the fund. The actively managed fund, which is known as ARK Innovation ETF, which is up over 170% over the last year, holds over 51 stocks, and it charges 0.75% in expense ratio and has accumulated well over $21 billion in asset base. This company, well, this holding is on the start and it's on the rise. Some other ARK investment holdings include Next Generation Internet ETF, ticker symbol ARKW, which is up 156%. See, Internet of Things is going to be the future. Definitely, no doubt about it. Another company is Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, ticker symbol ARKQ, which is up over 120% since last year. Robotics is going to be the future. ARK, FinTech Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARKF, is well up over 103% since last year. See, FinTech, which is blockchain, technology and robotics, next generation internet of things, the whole idea of disruptive innovation, the idea of genomics. This is the future. This is what's going to make you money if you have a lot of liquid, and I advise you to invest while these stocks are hot. And before I close this video, I'd like to shout out the author Zachary K. Hubbard for his book Letters and Numbers: How English Numerical Code Reveals the Scripting of History, News, Elections, Rigged Sports, and more. I personally think that you all should look into this book. It's a way to get a free file, but I personally advise you to purchase the book if at all possible. I'm going to read the first paragraph of the book. This book is written for every English-speaking person in the world, and I hope to God it reaches the hands of every last person who knows the language. This book is especially written for every truth seeker who sees the lies being pushed by mainstream media and Big Brother, and is looking for the solution to stop the agenda of deceit that is resulting in the loss of liberties and our feeling of safety in our own communities. Even more, this book is written for every English-speaking child who will be brought up in an education system that does not teach the single most important thing there is to know about the language itself, the numerical sequences behind it. Every child, as well as every person who reads this book, will gain knowledge that will advance their understanding of this world in more ways that can now be appreciated. For the child who does not enjoy mathematics or writing or reading, I imagine they will suddenly find a new heightened appreciation for each and every subject because of what is revealed ahead. As a precaution to parents, there is some adult languages in later chapters, but don't let that be the reason your child is kept from reading what is within. For the child that does not learn what is taught ahead, they will be neglected of something they will most certainly deserve to know, and the observation of certain language that is used to express sincere emotion is no reason to forego what I assure you is more important than any lesson that will ever attain in any public or private classroom or any university course setting, even Ivy League. This book, without question, contains some of the most important knowledge ever revealed to the people of the earth that is long past due for learning. I'll just close that out. That'll probably wrap up the video. I don't like saying leave likes and subscribe and all that stuff. If you want to do it, you'll do it. You know what I mean? But thanks for watching. Have a nice day.